Hi guys, welcome to today's video. It's been raining and it's leaking here and I just watched a drop come down. Oops. Alright, it's been raining. It looks like it's going to be sunny. There are some puffy clouds out there, so we're not sure. That's why I'm not doing a lot of videos this week, because I've been having some inclement weather. But today is the day. I am doing the makeup that you chose for me, and I was very, very surprised. First of all, hardly anybody watched the whole video, so nobody much told me what foundation. I think I got 3 requests, and 2 people wanted me to do this. This is the Dior Nude Air, and it is a true serum foundation. This is a great color for me in the summer, and I love wearing this in the summer because it's so light. I am a person who gets hot so easily. Anything dimethicone, which I find to be heavy, anything oily, anything that feels like it's heavy on my skin, it's locking in my heat, I don't like. I don't get that with this. And then the blush everybody chose was the M Cosmetics in Lilac, and to my shock, the Natasha Denona Triochrome was the winner. I'm so surprised. The 3 things that were tied initially until 2 more people came in and said this one were the Tropic and this one, and I cannot remember what the 3rd one was. It was something else that I have 2 videos on that nobody watches 2 videos. And same thing with this. I had 2 videos on this, and the second video was a pastel look, and it didn't get any views at all. I had used these colors before, but since we're doing a lilac, look, if I did this row, it would be a monochromatic look. If I did this row, it would work too. I could mix these rows. With this, it would be a push-pull kind of a thing, but it matches my shirt, so it might, the weight might equalize itself. Let's just see. I also have some new brushes that I'm really excited to try out. I want to do a video on them, actually, because I think I really want to up my eyeshadow game, and I think having the specific right tools for someone that's hooded is going to be very helpful. Let's give this a good shake. It is my summer color as well as my summer favorite. So this is what it looks like. And you can see it's quite a bit darker than my hand. My hand, of course, is lighter than my face. Because it's so thin, I never apply this to my hand. I put it directly on my face. And I do it kind of like this. It can be a little dangerous. You shouldn't do it when you're dressed. 2 drops on the forehead, put this back, and start to move it around. Oh my God, the drops. The drops. I have a little foam cord board here to try to you know, give me a little bit of light, since this side of the room is so much darker, and it's actually falling on that board. I usually do 3 drops on this side of the face, and I find because it's so thin, you really don't want to do a beauty blender for this, and you don't want to do a brush because you'll get brush strokes. But it kind of, it's one of those foundations, and it is perfumed. It's one of those foundations that the carrier evaporates and it just leaves the pigment. 2 more drops. And this is in shade 20. I find it's close to neutral. There's a little bit of yellow, but not a lot of yellow. And that's what I am. A little bit of yellow, but not a lot of yellow. Not a lot of yellow. As you can see, the shade really isn't bad for me even this time of year. I'm not going to bring it down to my neck because I don't want to get it on my clothes. And it's not full coverage, but it evens everything out and leaves a pretty nice color. Now, if at this point you see some unevenness, you could go in for the final and do the beauty blender, but I think everything is fine. So I am going to do the Makeup by Mario base on my eyes because I'm using light colors. And I'm going to, I usually don't do this lighter color, but I'm going to do a mix, mostly of the lighter color, because that will help the pastels stand out more. And I'm bringing it right inside here because I do have darkness here. And if you are close set or deep set, you definitely want some light in that area. But I have learned not to put too much of this on because this will crease. And Big Fluffy, going with that powder just to seal it all up. And I think when you're doing pastels, it's pretty important to use a light base. All right, I still don't know what colors we're going to go with. Now, generally speaking, most of us apply our eyeshadow in a horizontal manner, meaning we do pushing back the hood, and then we'll do a color here, maybe a color here to deepen up, sometimes something brighter here, but we're working horizontally. Lisa Eldridge does really beautiful pastels, and it seems to me she doesn't do the horizontal, she does more vertical. So this area is one color, this area is one color, and this area is one color. Maybe a little bit of horizontal, but mainly more vertical. And when you're hooded, that's kind of fabulous. So I'm going to go in with my brand new Ray Morris. This is very expensive, and it's not even natural. This is a synthetic made out of crystallized something or other. I don't know. But it's supposed to feel like, and it does feel similar to Gray Squirrel. But I like that it has a point to it. And I'm going to do a little bit of hood pushing back and go in with this brown because this color is far too dark. And that is Garmin. Boy, this color is really nice. How is it that a summer color is working on me? I'm just taking that tip and placing it where I would like my so-called hood to disappear. Just going to go back and forth so it doesn't look like a line. Now I'm going to go in with something that's more of a blending brush. It's more rounded, and just work that in. It's rounded, but it's smaller. There's a little bit of pull from the Mario. Alright, you guys. I still don't know what color. I'm sitting here looking at the monitor going, what colors? What colors? Do I want to do the peaches? And another thing, we don't want to do a dark color on the inside. The dark colors will go on the outside. So let's do some swatches of what our choices are. The lightest color in each row would be those three. This would be too boring, right? So it's in between these two. I'm going to go with the Lilac. I'm going to take this Chicahodo, and this is called Blend Brush, and it has a smaller handle than most brushes, which I don't mind. And I've always been such a verbal talent. I'm just going to go in a little bit more with Naga to make sure that there's nice lightness in here. I like the way these two colors work together. It's more, you know, more like a flower. I've spoken about this before when I was saying I didn't want to buy a certain palette because it doesn't look floral to me. Because flowers have so many colors in them. You look at a flower that looks simple, like an orchid, and you could find 20, 30, 40 colors in something that looks like it's just one color if you really take a look. And let's see if we can get the dog hair off my nose. It seems to me peach would be the only way to go next if I'm going to do multiple colors and if I'm going to do all colors, because I think I want to do the green at the end because it's the darkest color. So we're going to do the peach, same Chicahodo, and this is squirrel, gray squirrel, and just use a light hand. You can always build. I do wish there was a peach in here that was a little bit lighter because this is kind of close to my skin tone. So now in the green zone we have this light mint. Why didn't I look at that color earlier? I'm going to go in with the chartreuse, but this light mint, I think I'm going to use it inside. Now I'm going to take a smaller brush, and this is the kind of thing that makes all the difference for us hooded gals, and I'm going to go in with this color, which is called Vert. And I'm doing this brush because it gives me the ability to be much more exact with what I'm doing. And that's what hooded girls need. And it doesn't splay, it's tapered, where my other brushes that are similar to this, I have a MAC one and a Wayne Goss, they are not tapered. They splay out a little bit, and I'm bringing this down to the lid. And I can just do little bits of blending when you have a couple of colors going on here. A smaller brush is very, very helpful for that. And now I am going to go in with that Triochrome. This is Scarab, and I'm not doing it to get the effect of metallic. I'm doing it just to deepen up a little bit. Same brush. And around the lash line, though it is pretty. This is the only color of the Triochromes that I really like. This is my Kitco, it's called My Detailing Brush, and I got this at Beautylish. So there we go. Now let's look at these lighter colors that for some reason just did not occur to me, and that is this one and this one. I mean, I can see how doing a green eye would be so easy, but I'm just trying to put them all together. Would this look too strange? We shall see, because I'm going in. You guys, I threw away my receipt for this. This is another new brush. It's a Hakuhodo, and I've been dying for one this size, and the number is not on it. Isn't that crazy? I'm going in with that mint color, and I'm going to put it right in the tear duct. Maybe a little bit in. And I'm going to hit this on the tip. Kind of open up the eye and bring in some brightness. I'm wondering if this might play better. Now I have found this kind of color, especially greens and yellows, they look quite bright, but when you put them on the skin, they lose that brightness. Yeah. See? Oh, it looks bright, looks bright, looks bright. You put it on, and it loses that white nature to it. So this is a little risky. I'm using another new Hakuhodo brush, and this one does have a number. It's J242. I also learned this weekend, you guys, that I did not know Hakuhodo made MAC brushes. I'm not sure I'm getting the effect that I want here. You know what, let's put it on the lid a little bit, shall we? And now that green will fade into the Triochrome color that I have towards the end. And this is the chartreuse one, which is called Ion. And let me close so you can get an idea. I'm going to do my under eyes and my brows, and then we'll move on to the cheeks. Let's do the M Cosmetics. And I'm just going to put some on my hand. I think I'm going to take this foundation brush and blend this in. And bring it up. So it looks like a lot, but I find that cream blushes and liquid blushes fade within minutes. And I think I'm going to do a little draping with this. So I just picked up some more, and up to the temple, to the eye right here, and down. The temple, to the end of the eye, and down. And I think when you drape a color that isn't quite all that natural, it just seems to work a little bit better. Now I'm going to go back to the Triochrome with another new brush. This is the Chikuhodo eyeshadow brush. Yeah, it's just called eyeshadow brush. And do a little bit under the eyes because I feel I can be more exact with this brush. I think I'm going to go in with Naga, which is this one. And I might mix it with this one. This seems a little dark for me. I'm going to start just with the Naga. So remember I put that mint right here. So it'll go from the mint to the Naga. Yeah, I think that works fine. Now let's look at some lips. I thought I would just, well, I thought I'd pull from Lisa Eldridge. And this is Go Lightly. And I happen to have watched Breakfast at Tiffany's this weekend. And I thought, maybe I'll do that. I just thought of it, actually. I don't know, you guys. What do you think? I think because of my skin tone being in between the skin tones, that pastels work, in my opinion, very well on. Meaning very, very fair or much, much darker. And I'm a light medium. It's not, I don't know if it's reading pastel so much, but that's what it is. It's a pastel eye, and I think it's fun and fresh. And I haven't put on any mascara, and I kind of don't want to because I don't want the lashes to get in the way of the color, but I will. Boom. Pastel Dreams. And you chose all of the makeup. So let me know what you're most impressed with, what you were surprised by, if you were surprised, if you just knew this is the look I was going to do and nothing surprised you. Let me know that too. But I think for many of you, it's probably the first time that you saw me use this because I don't use it incredibly often. But I do think this is just an ideal undertone for me, although it's a teeny bit too dark right now. And I'm glad you guys voted for the Triochrome because this is one I kind of resented having bought, or rather having not returned, because I thought, I don't know. And I have to say, Natasha has already shown, and by the time this comes up, it may have already been released, a new palette that I have no desire to get. And I can't remember the last time that's happened to me when it comes to Natasha Denona. She usually does things that are, yes, kind of loud, kind of big, but I can find a way to make them work. And I look at that palette and I think nothing. There's nothing. I've seen the looks several of the looks that she has posted so far, and I'm like, you know what, this just isn't, it's not real life. And it's like this one of the more expensive ones. So for all of last year, she did the Love Letter, I think it's called Love Letter, the pink one, the bronze one, the cool one, Glam, and they were, I believe, they were all $65. It was fantastic. We were in pig heaven. They were great palettes, they were great color stories, and they were great prices. And then with this, we're back to the high price, and the one that's coming out now is back to the higher price. And I just don't see it happening for me. I'm sad to say it. However, if you want me to buy that palette, let me know. I will get it for this channel, and we will take a look at it. But personally, if it were up to me, kind of be no. I gotta say. But if enough people say, yes, please get it, I want to see, I will. And that's it, you guys. Thanks for playing. Thanks for participating. And if you like this idea, let me know. Give it a thumbs up. And maybe we'll do it again sometime when we're in a low, slow release of new products kind of flow, which I think low, slow flow, which we seem to be in right now. There's not much new coming out, you know, lip products. And I think we all have way too many lip products. Am I right? Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Thank you for playing. I hope it was fun. I hope it was helpful. And I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart. And I'm wishing you good health.